Okay. So now that we got the video out of the way and you seen where I was recording, here is the actual recording. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like I've never heard this. I'm going to adjust the sounds and everything to listen to it because I have just opened it again. Earlier I had it, tweaked the way that it sounded good. I didn't save it on purpose because I wanted to show you guys what I do. Now, I'm using pitch shifter that I believe comes with Adobe Audition. Now, you have to pay for Adobe Audition. I get it. Some of you may already have it, and if you do not, I'm sure that there may be a way that you can do this with one of the free options. And if you want me to really research that and see if I can find that and how to do it for you guys, let me know. I'll try to find the time to actually do that and learn a whole new program for you. X-Noise, I used to tell you that it came with the Mercury Waves bundle, and it was very expensive because you could only get it by buying the bundle, as far as I knew. And I was lucky enough to have a friend that works in a music studio that gave me a copy because when they bought it they had 2 copies. But recently I found out that you can purchase X-Noise on its own as a separate virtual instrument VST, and I think it was only like $45 at the time. And if you do EVPs, Ghost Box, that sort of thing, or even if you do a lot of recording and you want your audio to sound good, X-Noise is where it's at. That's this app right here. You guys have probably seen me use it before. The pitch shift is something that I have just started trying to use. I mean, I've used it in the past with my digital recorder. I'd slow it down to listen to stuff. But you see the audio is in the spectrograph where you can see almost like the heat signature of sounds. Okay, now these are hertz. Up here to the like 18 to 20,000, those sounds we can't, I think it's 20,000. You can't really hear with the human ear. So I was trying to find a way that you could highlight those sounds and be able to hear them, and I'm pretty sure all you have to do is just drop the pitch, and it slows it down enough to where it technically drops the hertz where you can hear it. But I don't want to make this too long of a video. If you want more detailed than I'm going right now on how to do this stuff, seriously, just let me know and I will school you on this shit. But anyways, I'm going to start first, like I said, and I'll jump in on the mic when I feel it's appropriate. Now, one more thing I want to add, and I'm going to mention it in this recording. A lot of people think that you have to be in total silence to record EVPs. Most times that's what you want. You want to be in silence. That way anything recorded is paranormal. But it's just the way they used Ghost Box and radio to manipulate the frequency. Just walking around while you're recording. Just doing anything. As long as it's not really loud, they can use those frequencies to speak. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I was doing to allow them to come through this good. I know at one point I even go in the kitchen and start making a sandwich. But you'll notice it's like the same voice most of the way. It's like a whisper. But let me get started. No more delay. Yo, I'm straight out of my bathroom. I left that damn room with bloody walls into a room that's got headroom. I'm now in my kitchen. So people, please stop your bitching.
I'm itching to put your ass in submission. Right now, I'm about to turn off the aircon. Please don't make a comment about how all my hair's gone. Save it, because I shave it.
If I wanted, I could have saved it, but I didn't.
This is freestyle, it's not written. Okay? Alright, now I'm setting recording down.
Boom.
Alright, here we go.
Liberated. Hey? Do try this at home. I still get comments of people that listen to ghost box footage and they're like, oh, that's just a radio. Anyone could do that on a computer. It's just radio. It's not real. Yeah, it's a radio being scanned back and forth through every station. Back. All the way from one side to the next and back again. And full sentences of the same voice will come through. Even though the different stations have different things on them. Some will have music, some will have talk shows. A female might be on one station, a male might be on one station. Elvis might be singing one of his retarded songs that everyone loved on another station. But yet, it's one constant voice. So, if you're closed-minded, it's one constant voice. So, if you're closed-minded, do me a favor, go ahead and skip this video, thumb it down, share it with the rest of your hate group. I really don't care. This is for the people that know what's up. They know that there is something. They know that there's things. They know that there's things that we can't really explain.
Now, there will be times where I do what I just did. I'll play something again and again, just to see if there's some sort of reply there. Okay. That doesn't mean that it's something that I'm 100% saying is a reply. I'm going to try to play the reply, then I'll speak to the mic and tell you what I hear or whatever, and then I'll play it again. So
It's not normal. It's not normal. Normal.
now, do you guys hear that? Now, this is not as loud of the replies that you're going to be hearing, but I also hear something there. It's like something. I almost want to say it says I hate you, but I don't know. What's it?
I'm now going to speak not to you, the subscriber, but to anyone out there in the world, in other dimensions, other realities, wherever you are. I call to you to hear my voice. I plead the...
Now, I want to point out, you see this line right here? I think it's where it's at. I say something, and then you hear a reply. Say yes.
realities in the world, in other dimensions, other realities.
Now, what I was doing was I said I am now directing my communication to those that can hear me from other dimensions, other realities, and someone confirms and says, yes, I hear you. Okay, let's continue.
Evil, all demonic, malicious, I plead the blood of Jesus Christ against all harm, all illness. For me and my family, I say that in the name of God and Jesus Christ.
I'll just say real quick, one reason that I like this spectrograph view like this is because, like, watch right here. See, this is what it normally would look like, and with the spectrograph, a lot of the times the replies are in the silence here, and you'll see these little lines. See these. And something else that's cool with this Adobe, let's say if there's something right up here I want to hear, I can just highlight this area and it'll play it and not play the rest of the frequencies.
About the Mandela effect.
So it's really cool. So anyways, here we go. Let's get back to it.
Anyone else can speak with me. I'm now going to bring up another question about the Mandela effect.
Now, see, this is an epic, awesome reply that I didn't hear the first time I listened to this. I said, I am now going to ask you I'm going to ask you a question about the Mandela effect. And you see these little lines that's showing me that through here there was a frequency recorded. So I pay attention strongly here, and I hear, ask me anything. Listen and see if you hear it. Wear headphones, preferably really good headphones, but yeah, that's what I hear. Now, to the people out there that are doubters and stuff, how do you explain this? Okay? Because right now, I will put it on anything that this is not faked. I mean, I would go as far as to put it on my children, my own life, but that's bad taste. Okay? But seriously, let's say 1,000% I didn't fake this, and I'm in my house. I have a digital recorder sitting in my living room, and I say I have a question about the Mandela effect, and a voice that can really only be heard because I'm using X noise. I'll show you what it sounds like without the X noise. It's too much to really hear it. It says ask me anything. I'll play it once again with the X noise and once without it. Okay, so here's without the X noise. Unless you was really paying attention right there, you would not hear it. Okay, that's why I love X noise. Okay, so that's awesome. Ask me anything. Let's see, I think there's a way I can mark these.
Okay. Who made the cotton gin? Eli Whitney, right?
Now right here, it sounds like it says yeah, and then something else, but I can't really hear it. Let's see if I highlight just this area, if it makes it any easier. It says something there, okay? But we'll go on because that one's hard to distinguish. But just to recap, I asked who was the creator of the cotton gin? Eli Whitney. So here we go.
I and many others remember Eli Whitney being an African American black male. He was a freed slave. The best that I remember, he was a freed slave that created the cotton gin because he knew that there were people that were still slaved working in cotton, and he wanted to make it easier on them. Okay? Right now I could do a Google search, Black History Month, Eli Whitney, and he is still talked about during.
Okay, just quickly. This is Eli Whitney. Are you serious? Eli Whitney, U.S. inventor and manufacturer. He invented the cotton gin. Dude, like, honest to God, I remember him being an African American. Period. Like, watch this. Look, people are realizing they were incorrectly taught Eli Whitney was, and more than likely it'll say, white. Little known black history fact, Eli Whitney. Mandela effect, Eli Whitney was a black man proof. So that's probably a good video to go watch. It was uploaded by Perpetual Motion. Give him a little plug there. I'll probably watch that after this video. But yes, I remember the history books in school and everything else showing Eli Whitney as an African American. But let's get back to the questioning. I'm asking these voices about this.
Talked about during Black History Month. But now, he's a white dude.
That to me sounds like someone saying, "Do what?"
Now, Eli Whitney has always been a white dude. Now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I remember him being black. 100%.
Now that right there clearly says he wasn't. I say I clearly remember him being a black guy. And something says he wasn't. Direct reply.
Sorry, but I remember him being black. 100%. I remember the picture that used to be in books. Think about it. Racism is still alive and well today. It used to be a lot worse. Why is it in my history, in the 80s and the 90s, even the 2000s, the early 2000s, why is it that then he was a black dude? Back when things were even more racist. You know what I mean? What I mean is, why would they now take the credit away from an African American who created the cotton gin? But back when things were more racist than they are now, they gave credit to Eli Whitney as a black male. Speak again. I heard your voice with my ears.
See, right here is when I was in the kitchen and I heard a female voice coming from toward the living room. But it sounded almost as if it was outside. So I then look outside, the back and the front, and there's no one around. I thought maybe the neighbor that's pretty far off might have been outside and yelling or something. But unfortunately, the recording didn't pick up what I heard. I couldn't make out what it was saying. But
Speak again. I heard your voice with my ears. It was really low. I hope the microphone picked that up. I'm actually looking outside to see if there's anyone outside that could have came from. I see no one. It sounded like it came. It sounded like it came from in here in the living room, and I was in the kitchen.
okay, so at this point, you hear a dog bark. And then here in a second, that dog bark almost sounds like it says like a short sentence. It was me. Now, on this one, I admit I'm pulling at straws. It could just be dog barks, but it does kinda sound like it's saying something. I apologize for the loud portions.
Please do not stop communicating with me because I'm making a sandwich. Please continue. See, that's another mistake people make while recording EVP. They think that you have to be totally silent, make zero noise whatsoever. And that's not the case. Just like with the radio, they speak using the frequencies from the radio. They alter the frequency that is present. Now, I'm not saying that they can't create their own frequency and their own voice while it is totally silent. It's much more difficult.
Right here, it sounds like the same female-ish voice that has been speaking this entire time says, I think he's coming for you or me. I think he's coming for you. Listen.
Cool.
Let me slow it down a little.
Cool. Difficult. I'm not saying that.
What are you making? I was making a sandwich. What are you making? Let me put it down back on -2.
I'm not saying that I do this every time that I record because I don't. Most times I do want it to be silent. But guess what I'm saying is, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to try something new. So I'm gonna quit speaking and just make this sandwich. And just make.
Do you hear that? Remember how I was just talking about how sometimes they don't have to use a frequency provided to them and they can provide their own voice? Listen to that. Right as I'm starting to speak, a male voice, I believe, says Chris. Listen.
Just make.
Alright, I'll play it at normal speed, the way it was recorded.
Just make this sandwich. Just make this sandwich.
That to me almost sounds like what happened right after some kind of loud noise. I think I dropped a knife or spoon or something. Who's that coming, possibly? I mean, are we in agreement that these that I'm kind of, most of them that I know the dog wasn't, maybe, it could go either way. But, like, does this not sound like speech? Right here, I hear play with me, but I know most people won't hear that. I only hear it because I've been reviewing EVP for so long. And there's many people that are way better than me, so there's probably a lot of you that will hear that.
How are you guys? How are you guys? Really would like to know if you guys are merely consciousness, spirit, or if you have physical bodies. Because it definitely seems more plausible for you to be merely a spirit. If not, how can you have a physical body but be here and hear me and speak and speak and speak and speak and speak?
Once again, I believe that this is another male voice saying, Chris, you be the judge. Listen.
Be here and hear me and speak 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 and speak.
That is not my voice.
And speak here and hear me and speak.
You could even see that my voice is right here and theirs is right here.
And speak and speak.
Also right here. See how theirs is lighter and mine's closer to the mic? That's me. That's me. These are me. Matches that. That's Chris right here.
And speak. Normally, I would stop recording if I was going to turn on the microwave.
Another awesome thing about X Noise, I can hit learn. It will learn the sound of the microwave and it will remove it and hear behind it.
Normally, I would stop recording if I was going to... Normally, I would stop recording if I was going to turn on the microwave. What?
Oh, and another cool thing, like you can do stuff like this as well. Like here's the beeps from the microwave. You see the frequencies here? We're totally gone now.
Normally, I would stop recording if I was going to turn on the microwave. What? Let's experiment. Let's see if you can speak with me while the microwave's going.
That being said, using this spectral view or whatever it's called, spectral frequency display, is a great way to listen to someone else's audio and see if it's been messed with or touched, altered.
Can you use the microwave sound, the frequency, to speak?
That kind of sounds like a whisper of Chris. what is happening.
Well, thank you in advance for communicating with me. I do appreciate it. I do this in the hopes of learning more about you and where you are. Thank you.
So there you go. There was some that were questionable, and there were some that were just direct replies, and there's no way you could, change my mind otherwise. So, hopefully you learned something in this video, and hopefully it was somewhat entertaining. I don't know. I know there was a lot of parts there where there wasn't a whole lot going on, but I wanted to let you hear the entire recording. No jump cuts. Alright, guys. I guess I'm out of here. If there's anything that you want to ask, go ahead and feel free. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it, and if you're new, subscribe, hit the bell, rock the bell, as LL would say. Alright, later guys.